telling Canadians that the problems they're facing with increased affordability, increased prices on everything, difficulty buying gas, difficulty buying computer, they've just shrugged and said, oh, it's just inflation. Well, it's not just inflation, Mr. Speaker. It is a focus that we have to have or continue to invest in Canadians. Well, telling Canadians that the shrugged and said, oh, it's just inflation, it's just inflation, oh, it's just inflation. Shrugged and said, oh, it's just inflation. Shrugged and said, oh, it's just inflation. Oh, it's just inflation. Well, it's not just inflation, Mr. Speaker. It is a focus that we have to have or continue to invest in Canadians. Well, part of the recovery and creating jobs. I urge all members in this House to support its speedy passage.
Yes.
The honourable member for Carleton.
The Minister's response was just incredible. He said, even after how just incredible.
And said, oh, it's just inflation.
Just incredible.
And said, oh, it's just inflation.
Just incredible. Even after house prices increased by a third, he didn't think about monetary policy. Even after gas prices hit $1.60 in some places, he didn't think about monetary policy. Even as CPI hit a 2-decade high, he didn't think much about monetary policy because he only thinks about himself. Won't he admit that what it took for him to start thinking about inflation is when we put his name in the word?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, from the very beginning, we have been focused on having Canadians back. Whether it was back in 2015 when we got elected on a promise to support the middle class and people working hard to join it after 10 years of Conservative mismanagement, we have actually delivered for Canadians, whether it's on a housing strategy, whether it's on support for seniors, whether it's on support for families. Through this COVID pandemic, we've been there for them. Even though the member of Carleton kept saying we were doing too much for Canadians, we continued to step up and have their backs. That's exactly what we're going to continue to do, because Canadians deserve our support. They don't deserve Conservative games.
Misrepresenting the inflation crisis, tell that to somebody in Kelowna today that's paying $1.67 a litre for gas.
Said, oh, it's just inflation. Said, oh, it's just inflation.
Just incredible.